Hi, my name is Madison, and here's my audience. Okay, and my story is of what I did over my winter break. And what I did is I went down to California, a little coastal town in the north, with my best friend and her family. And on the way down I-5 is easy. You just drive like 70 miles an hour. It's no big deal, and it's straight. And it's all good. But when you start to go towards the coast, that's when the roads get a little complicated. And especially since we were going somewhere that's pretty isolated, there wasn't like a main road to go to. So as soon as we get off the highway, we asked this gas station attendant what is the best way to get to this town. And he told us that there is a side highway that loops down in the south and goes eventually back up to where we're heading. And we thought, maybe there's a shortcut. So I pull out my Google Maps on my phone, and I noticed that there is a road that goes straight through. And so we decided to take that one. And that was the worst decision we ever made because, well, let me tell you why. So, we're driving west and we're heading into the sunset, and it's so beautiful and the colors are amazing, and we're all feeling pretty good, even though everybody was actually sick in the car, but we were happy and we were about there. We felt like we were almost there. But once we get to the start of this road, it's kind of desolate and there's actually no other cars around, which was the first indication that things were a little weird. And then it started getting really windy, and so windy that we couldn't even go over 20 miles an hour. So we started getting dizzy, like car sick. It was not a fun ride. And the road turned really narrow. It was like 1.5 lanes. It was really weird. And there were cliffs on either side of us, either going straight up or straight down, and there were no guardrails, and so we had to go even slower, and it was this really treacherous road deep in the canyon. It was pretty creepy, and once we got a little ways in, the sun started going down even lower, and the temperatures dropped. They just plummeted. It was like 60 degrees, and then all of a sudden it was like barely above freezing, and so that was pretty spooky too. And so we're going down these windy roads, and we're starting to feel even more sick, and everybody's on the edge of their seat, and I'm holding the driving wheel, and my knuckles are white, and I actually had to start chewing gum because I was grinding my teeth down. It was so crazy. And then we start seeing these signs on either side of us that say cow crossing, and we're like, what? In the middle of this canyon, there's walls, like straight walls of rock on either side of us. There's no way there's cows out here. This is ridiculous. But sure enough, we round this corner and this cow jumps out of nowhere and it looks at us. And it's standing in front of the car and it's just giving us this like evil look. And we scream! We are so scared of this cow. It's so ugly and terrifying looking. And we honk at it, and we're looking out the window and yelling at it to get out of the way. And finally it moves and it like jumps up a freaking cliff, so we keep going on. We're driving on and it's getting really dark now and the trees are growing over the road like this, and it's like we're in this tunnel and it's pretty creepy. And the roads are getting even windier and there's cliffs everywhere and we're getting sick and oh gosh, but we can't get out of the car. We can't get out of the car because we're too scared. The woods are so terrifying looking. We can't stop the car. We have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. And as we round this other corner, a wall of bats comes up from this cliff below us, and we stop the car and we scream, and we're so terrified by this wall of bats. And we have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. And then, as if it couldn't get any worse, then this bank of fog rolls up the valley. And our visibility is so low. We're going 5 miles an hour now. We're going so slow. We're creeping along this road, and we're so sure that we're done for. We're toast. But eventually we make it to this bridge. And it's the scariest looking bridge I've ever seen in my life. It's wooden. It doesn't have any guardrails. It looks really rickety, and as we go across it starts making noises, and we're really scared. But we make it across. And then there's a Y in the road. And one way has another, even scarier looking bridge, and the other way maybe looks like it's looking up a little bit. And even though my Google Maps says to take the bridge, we learned our lesson. No more Google Maps. We're not doing that anymore. So we take the other road. And then our car makes these noises. We're so sure it's about to like break down or something, and we're still stranded out in the middle of the woods, and we're really not totally sure where we are at this point. But then, oh my gosh, we came to the coast, and it was like, oh, it was a Christmas miracle that we made it out alive on this road. And we got out, and we kissed the ground, and we hugged each other, and I can't believe we made it. That is the story of Stuarts Point-Skagg Spring Road. And it's a real road. You can look it up on Google.